Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to Seb World. Today in this video we will be talking about Lego Castle potentially coming back and what I think it should replace if it has to replace a theme. And we will be talking about also collectible minifigures as well in this video, so stay tuned for that. That will be towards the end because I've seen a lot of people talking about collectible minifigs and just some weird ideas / takes about that. But this video is mostly about Castle and if it coming back and what I think it should replace. Now, keep in mind, this is all opinion based. I know that you might get upset and be like, oh, I don't think it should replace that theme. Oh, I don't think it should do that. I don't think... Listen, I don't work for Lego. I'm not affiliated with Lego. I am just my personal opinion and what I think Castle should do and why it should come back. Now, let's get right into it. So, firstly, I think Castle is one of the most popular themes currently, right behind Star Wars. I think it's in top 3 best themes right now, currently, most popular themes. I think it's probably Star Wars, Castle, and realistically Ninjago, and probably Harry Potter, I think, would be right up there. Technic as well, I feel like is very popular. I'd probably put that at 5th. And then after that, it's just a free-for-all of what is popular. But I think if Castle was to come back, I think it should replace Mario. Now, why do I say Mario? I know a lot of people might be like, what? Mario? Well, if you think about it, let me think. Well, why do I say Mario? Well, because to be honest, in my personal opinion, I think Mario was very popular when it first came out, the first couple of years, and I think slowly but surely that theme is starting to die out in popularity. I don't see as many people talk about it. I don't see that many people talk about the theme anymore. Any Lego content creators or anybody that does leak videos, I never hear them cover any Super Mario leaks or just videos about Lego Mario in general. And it seems like recently also Lego has basically kind of really dialed back on how many sets they've made, because in the first year that Super Mario came out, they made 33, second year 42, third year 40, and then fourth year 28, and then the fifth year, which was 2024, they've only made 12. So basically going from 30 to 10 sets, that's a big drop off. That's like a 20 set drop off of how many they just stopped making. Like they basically went from 30 sets in 2023 to basically 10 sets in 2024. That's a 20 set drop off completely. Now as of currently, they've made 6. How many more will they make in 2025? I have no idea. I don't know if they'll go above the 12 sets that they made last year. I don't know if they'll be right at 12, but recently it seems like they're slowly, that theme's starting to they're kind of drawing back on how many sets they produce for Super Mario. I have no idea why. I don't know if the license is coming to an end here soon or how long they have that Nintendo license with them, because I know they are coming out with a Game Boy, but I don't know how much longer they're going to have that license, or if they're going to switch from Super Mario to a different Nintendo theme like Zelda or anything in that line. But I think what they should do, in my personal opinion, is replace Super Mario with Castle, and then eventually they could push out Dreams and replace Dreams with a licensed line, whether that be from Nintendo or a different name brand, if that's the kind of the direction they want to go. Because you got to think about it. If you look at Bricklink, in the last month, Castle is the number 2 most popular theme, most favorited theme, and of all time, Castle is 3rd, right behind Technic and Star Wars. So it's and you got to think, also Bricklink Lego owns Bricklink. So they can definitely see, hey, Castle is very, very popular. So why not make the sets and get the money from it now? Yes, you could say, oh, what if they bring back sets and it falls off? Well, they could do a 2-year test period where they release a bunch of Castle sets and just see how it does for those 2-year period. And if it's not doing as well as they would hope, then they can just discontinue the theme and move on from it and go back to the 1 to 2 set a year for that theme. Because I think, honestly, Castle is at its peak right now, and if they did like Wolfpack battle packs or like just different faction that has to do with Castle, like battle packs, kind of how they do with clones, I think that would sell super, super well. Especially doing like drawbridges and just like little battle packs and castles and just like town squares and just little like just there's just a lot of themes they can bring back and do with Castle now that would just generate them a crap load of money. That would probably be right there with Star Wars of how well it's selling. It might even do better than Star Wars, to be honest, because I know Castle is very, very popular. But at the same time, in my head, it's like, is Castle only like for adult collectors, or are like kids into that? Because I don't know, I don't really know the age range on Castles. I feel like Castles is kind of older. It's kind of more like an icon set, like I would say like 16 plus, because I mean a lot of people want to basically army build with the new Wolfpack with the new Wolfpack minifigure that came out in the new CMF, which I know a lot of people want to get that. I mean, you can't even find them in person, whether you scan them or like try to just buy them blindly. Like, you cannot find them. They're super, super, super rare. So I think like if you're Lego, from a company standpoint, it would be smart. Like, just make 2 years worth of sets and see how it does. Because realistically, you're going to make your money. Like, there's no, because you got to think, it's not a licensed theme. It's an original theme. Like, you're not going to, like, yeah, you might lose money for like the printing and everything, but I don't think, genuinely speaking, they would realistically lose a ton of money depending on how they do it and what they do it. Now, I get it. They might want it to be like, they might want to do it like in limited drops, so it's like they make the most money possible. But at the same time, if you make it more relatively available for everyone, like in a decent price range, like do battle packs for like $15 to $20, do you know how much money they would sell out instantly? Like, they would be so hard to find. Like, they would probably be on back order. Like, Castle sets, I feel like if they came back now, if they had to replace a theme, they would basically do better than Super Mario does now, or basically anything besides Star Wars. They'd probably do better than everything that came out, that is out currently, besides Star Wars. I feel like Star Wars and Castle will be neck and neck. But like I said, I don't think, like, if they just want to test it, they can, like, say, like I said, probably do a 2-year test period and see how well it does, and then go from there. Because I think if they brought it back, like, there's no way they're going to lose money, because I think it's very, very popular. Like, I think it's more popular than Super Mario. So it's like, you got to think, Super Mario is a licensed theme. Like, why not just, unless they're forced by Nintendo, like, hey, if you want our license, you have to make Super Mario sets, which I would understand, then they can't. But if the license is coming to an end with Nintendo, why not, like, once the license ends with Nintendo, why not bring on Castle and then slowly try to push out Dreams, and then replace Dreams with a licensed theme, or replace Monkey Kid with a licensed theme? Because Monkey Kid also is one of those themes that's kind of like, each year since it's been out, it's kind of decreased by one set each year. Like, it's gone from 10 to 9 to 8 to 7 sets that they've made. But I feel like Monkey Kid is very popular in like other countries, not so much as in the US. I feel like it's very popular in like other countries like Europe and Asia, those kind of countries. Because I don't know, I feel like Monkey Kid is probably one of the best shows behind Ninjago, to be honest, in my opinion. But it's not very popular in the US, and you can't really, it's hard to find that show on like a streaming service or anything. So, I mean, it's not very popular here, but I think it's probably one of the best TV shows, right behind Ninjago for Lego. And yeah, that's just my opinion. I think it should come back, and I hope it does come back. But now let's get into CMFs. I saw something about somebody, I saw a short recently that was talking about CMFs and how it's hard to find the new Beastmasters, and then people in the comment sections were basically talking about like, oh, I wish they would just do like on their website, like, you can buy the figure you want. Now, the problem with that is like, you got to think about it. Like, you can compare CMFs to like Pokemon packs. Like, they're not just got to give you, like, Pokemon's not just going to give you the most sought after thing for a certain price. Because then it's like, what's the point in doing that? Because then it's like, then from like a company standpoint, it's like, okay, what's the point of releasing a CMF when it's like, oh, one of these characters out of the 12 is doing better than everything else. And like, what's the point of making these other figures when nobody really wants them? Like, I'm sorry, but it's like CMF, like, just one figure, like, you just because you want one figure and want Lego to just have that figure widely available doesn't mean there's not other people that want the other figures and CMFs. Because I honestly think the last CMF series, I think it was this current CMF series that's out now at 27 or 28, I don't really remember what number it is. I think there's good figures in it, like the Steampunk, the Pterodactyl, the Racer, the Plushie Girl, the Skater. Like, I think there's a lot of good figures in that CMF besides the Beastmaster. Like, yeah, you can argue the Beastmaster is the best one in there, but I mean, there's other ones that I like to have for like City Mocks and other stuff. Like, I think I want CMF around. I don't really see from a company standpoint why you would want to just let people pick and choose who they want. Like, from a company standpoint, yeah, you would basically make the most money possible. But as a standpoint, when you think about Bricklink and them owning Bricklink, you got to think, they get money from people reselling it. Yes, they make money from people like basically the scalpers, and basically people buying a bunch of them and then reselling them. They make that money back regardless from Bricklink. Like, so they don't lose money. They basically get a percentage of people buying up all the stock and like reselling them for like however much they're reselling for. I have no idea how much they're reselling for currently, but they make that money from Bricklink. So it's like, it's a win-win basically. Now I get it. People complain like, oh, it's hard to find. But I mean, you got to think, this CMF series will be around for like 3 months before it goes away. Like, there'll be time, because this CMF has only been out for a month, a little over a month now. Like, there'll be time to find Beastmasters and get the ones you want. Now it might be hard because obviously for the first month it was basically impossible, and currently it's still very, very hard to find a Beastmaster. I mean, eventually you'll be able to find them as February goes on in March, and until the new CMF line comes out. Eventually you'll be able to find more of them, hopefully. But I don't think that you should just be able to like buy the one you want and go from there. Because it's like, you got to think, you can't even buy like, with Lego sets, Lego only limits you, like on their Lego website, they limit you to 3. Same with in-store, they limit you to 3 sets at the Lego store. So what? Would they limit you to 5 CMFs? Like, I mean, they would have to do a limit if you wanted the one you want. You couldn't just go on there and buy like freaking 20. Because it's got to be limited, you know? Because, I mean, yes, then you can argue like, oh, if they do that, then there's no aftermarket. Then there's no people like, you have to go search on the aftermarket. And it's not impossible to find in person anymore. Like, you can just go buy it. It's relatively available for anyone. But, I mean, isn't that the fun in it? Like, think about back to before you could scan it. I mean, it wasn't that the fun in it trying to find the figure you wanted? Like, I mean, maybe they should go back to the plastic so people can't scan them, and then it's harder to find them, because then you have to genuinely like feel every bag and kind of guess who was in it and who's not. I mean, that's the only way to kind of stop scalpers from basically scanning all the boxes and buying all the Beastmasters. Like, that's the only way to really handle that, is basically like go back to the plastic bag so you can't even scan it. And also sometimes with the new CMFs they bring out, you can find their parts, like the torsos and legs, in the actual Pick-a-Brick, like build a minifigure at the Lego stores and Lego Online. The only thing you wouldn't be able to get is a custom molded wolf or the cape, really. But everything else you'd be able to get if you really cared about getting the pieces. Unless you wanted like the cape, the whole outfit, then you're gonna have to actually like buy the figure or buy it on the aftermarket. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about that, and let me know what you think about let me know what you guys think about the CMF and about the castle, and about what you guys think about that overall. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know how you feel about everything, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.